Nice to have you again, my friends, here on Will EduTech. And in this video, we'll be looking at question 3A on the January 2012 CSEC math exam paper. And this is a typical sets question, usually falls under the general topic on the syllabus, algebra. Okay, now here we have it. A universal set U is defined as, and here we have it, the universal set is equal to 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, and 59. It states now that A and B are subsets of U, the universal set, such that A is equal to all the odd numbers in the set, and by odd numbers we mean that numbers when divided by 2 they leave a remainder 1, okay, and B is equal to all the prime numbers in the subset, and by prime numbers we mean that any number that has only 2 factors, and those 2 factors are the number 1 and the number itself that you're speaking about. That's what prime numbers mean. All right, now in part 1 it states that list the members of the set A, okay, and that's a typical 1 mark. And part 2 we're asked to list the members of the set B, and then we're going to be drawing the Venn diagram to represent the sets A and B in the universal set. Okay, now let's quickly get into it. We are asked in part 1 to list the members of A. So in listing the members of A, we're going to state part 1. We're going to state that the set A is equal to, and remember when you're listing members of a set, you have to use your curly brackets. Now if we're speaking about the odd numbers, we're going to be looking for all the numbers when divided by 2 they leave a remainder 1. So the first number we would have is 51. Okay, 51 is our first odd number. Then the second one we would have is 53, and then the third one we would have is 55. Okay, my friends, and then I would have a 57, and then the next would be 59. Now since the set stopped at, since our finite set, the universal set, it stopped at 59, then we have to stop there. So these are all the odd numbers in the set A. Okay, and as we have stated, if you should divide these numbers by 2, you would leave a remainder of 1. Okay, so that's what qualifies them to be odd numbers. Now let's move on to part 2. We're going to be listing in part 2. Let me just change my color. In part 2, we're going to be listing our set B, which is equal to all the prime numbers in the set. Okay, and our prime numbers, as we have stated before, are numbers when divided by, are numbers rather, that has only 2 factors, and those 2 factors are the number 1 and the number itself that we're speaking about. For example, and I can just look at some quick example as a refresher's course for you as it relates to prime numbers. For example, you would have 2. If you notice, 2 has only 2 factors, only 1 and 2 can divide 2, then the next prime number would be 3. And if you notice, 3 has only 2 factors, 1 and 3, because only 1 and 3 can divide into 3 without leaving a remainder. The next one would be 5, and if you notice, it's the same situation, only the digit 1 and the number 5 can divide into 5. Then we would have a 7. 7 is a prime number, okay, because 7 can be divided by only 1 and 7. And you have 11 and so on. But if you should check like a 9, 9 has 3 factors. 3 factors of 9 are 1, 9, and 3. So 9 would not be a prime number. So that's what we mean by prime numbers. Just thought I would just do that quickly for you guys. Okay, by what, just to give you a refresher's course as to what prime numbers are. So in looking at these now, at our universal set, our first prime number would be 53, and our second prime number would be 59. Okay, so we have 2 prime numbers in our universal set. So that's part 1 and part 2. Now in part 3, they're asking us to draw a Venn diagram to represent the sets, okay, A, B, and U, and that's an easy 3 marks. Now if you notice something carefully that I would like to draw to your attention, is that in my set A I have 51, 53, 54, 57, and 59. Those are the members of my set A. Now the members of my subset B, we have a 53 and we have a 59. But if you should look carefully, in the set A, these numbers are also repeated. Okay, so it simply means then that the set B is also a subset of A. Or what do we mean by that? The set B would fall inside the set A. All the members of B are in A, hence B is the subset B rather is inside of A, and I'm going to show you that. It may sound complicated a bit, but let's look at the diagram and you will see a lot clearer. So I'm just going to pull up my diagram now. Now my friends, here is my diagram. So the first thing that I would like to put into my diagram is to label my universal set U. Okay, so this big green rectangular box is my universal set, which represents the set U. Now, as I was saying initially or before now, if you notice my set B, all the members of set B are found in set A. So hence, if you notice, my peach circle would represent my set A. Okay, so I'm going to label this set A. That's my set A. Let me use a more brighter marker. So this would be my set A. Okay, my friends, that's a peach. And then my set B would be found inside A. So I'm going to label the purple set B. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's just look at it quickly. So in representing our set, my friends, since B has 53 and 59 in it, I'm going to put 53 here, my 53 in B, and my 59. Okay, now the set A now would have 51. So I would have a 51 out there in my set A. Then if you notice, 53 is also in it. But if you notice, B has 53 in it and B is found inside A, so we don't have to repeat that. So I would move on to my 55. Okay, that is found in A, this 55 here. And then I would move on to my 57. Okay, but if you notice, my 59, which is a prime number, is found also in B. And if you notice, it's here in B, so I don't have to repeat that. So I can now, now my set A and B are represented rather. Now, if you look carefully, the universal set had other members in it, such as even numbers. And what do I mean by even numbers? Numbers that are divisible by 2. When they are divided by 2, they don't leave a remainder. Now, if you notice, we had a 52, so we have to represent those. So since those numbers are even numbers and they are not members of the set of odd numbers or prime numbers, we have to put those on the outside. So out here I would have my 52, then I would have my 54 outside here, then my 56, and then I would have my 58. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Here we have represented our set, our universal set, and our set A and B. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, or if you're still not sure about something, you can ask a question and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Bye bye.